All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're diving into a source that looks, incredibly simple on the surface, but as you're about to see, it's hiding a ton of complexity. And here it is. This is our entire source for today's explainer. Just two words, new note. I know, it seems almost too simple, right? But we're going to treat this like a little mystery that we're all going to solve together. So that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? What story could possibly be hiding in two little words? We're about to go on an investigation into how meaning itself actually gets made.
To solve any mystery, you have to start with the evidence. And to really get the whole picture, we've got to break it down. Look at the individual clues, piece by piece.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to analyze our first clue, the word new. Then we'll do the same for our second clue, note. And finally, we're going to put it all back together with a really powerful, game-changing ingredient, context.
Okay, let's get started with that first piece of evidence. We're about to put the word new under a microscope and see what we can really find out.
We'll start with the basics, right? The dictionary definition. New just means recently made, introduced, discovered, something that wasn't there before. Think of this as our foundation, our starting point. But a word is so much more than just its definition. New brings up all these feelings, like freshness, a clean slate, a brand new beginning. It can also hint at something modern, maybe a little untested or even inexperienced. It's a word just packed with potential. Now for our second clue. And if you thought new had a lot going on, note is a whole other beast. It's like a maze of different meanings. This is where our mystery gets really interesting. Again, let's start with what probably pops into your head first. A note is a quick record, right? Something you jot down so you don't forget. And that's true. But it's just one tiny piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. I mean, just look at this. This is how versatile note is. It can be a sound in a piece of music, a $10 bill, a subtle scent in a perfume, or even a level of importance, like a person of note. Each of these meanings creates its own completely different world. So we've analyzed our clues separately. Now it's time for the fun part. We're going to smash them together and add that secret ingredient, context. This is where you'll see how these two simple words can totally transform.
And this is absolutely crucial. The words themselves don't change, but the story they tell, that can become something completely different depending on where you find them.
Okay, check this out. Picture it. You're in a symphony hall. New note is a moment of pure art, a beautiful, undiscovered sound. Now flip the script. You're in a spy thriller. Suddenly, those exact same words mean danger, secrecy, a hidden message that could change the fate of the world. Or what about this? In the tech world, a new note means a software update, a list of new features. It's functional, it's technical. But on your kitchen fridge, a new note is a simple reminder to buy milk. Same phrase, but the scale and importance are worlds apart. Let's do one more to really nail this down. In a financial report, a new note is something concrete, a freshly printed bill. It's about the economy. But in a perfumer's lab, a new note is totally abstract. It's sensory, a brand new scent that creates a whole new feeling. So where does all this leave us? We've seen how these words can be twisted and reshaped. Now it's time for the final piece of the puzzle. And that piece is you, the person reading them. And this is really the ultimate takeaway here. The source, those two words, new note, they're just the starting line. The magic, the actual creation of meaning, that happens in the mind of the person who encounters it. Meaning is created by the observer. So, what's the verdict? We've solved the mystery by discovering that the mystery is the answer. There is no one single correct story for new note. The real solution is understanding that there are basically infinite possible answers. And that brings us right back to you. The final interpretation is all yours. Based on your world, your life, your context, right this second, what does new note mean?